Hello, my lovely YouTube crocheting fans. Today I went ahead and about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I bought this hand dyed yarn. And I've been saying that I was going to buy some hand dyed yarn because I wanted to crochet with it. I am going to be making a new Mimi, and because the color of this beautiful yarn, this yarn kind of reminds me of a flower which I believe is called Fuchsia. So I'm going to call my Mimi Fuchsia. I was going to name it after the yarn, but the yarn is called What the Freak, and I don't think that's a great name for one of my Mimis. So this Mimi is going to be called Fuchsia, and I'll put the link in because I got it from off of Estes, and it's called the Lemonade Shop. I'll put the link down below so you guys can click it or see it if you want to get it or not. Oh God, I can't open it. Okay, there we go. Now you don't have to use this yarn, of course. You can use something like this. This thickness is really thin, and you can tell it's really thin when you look at the picture of the yarn. You can get something like this, or you can use whatever yarn you want. But I must warn you that if you use a yarn that is thicker than what I have here, you will probably, the Mimi doll will probably end up coming out much bigger. So I'm not even sure if this is going to be enough or not. If it is not, I have went ahead and got just some simple Red Heart, Savior Red Heart colors that look the same. And they're not exactly the same thickness. They're kind of actually thicker than what this is. So I'm going to have to see if I can find some yarn that's a bit thinner to go with it, because I don't want part of my Mimi being bigger than the other. So let's see if we can get this off. I really like the color of this yarn, which makes me want to order more. I really hope that this is enough. It looks like it's a lot. Okay, so I'm just gonna unravel it. It looks like it's a lot of yarn, and I really think I'm gonna be able to make the whole Mimi with this. I see she's tied it up here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to roll this together. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll this up before we actually get started. Me 20 to 25 minutes to actually roll this up because of the way it was when I got it. That's how it came. I hadn't taken it out of the package or anything, so it still looks really nice and really pretty. I'm gonna set this to the side, and I wanted to show you my eyes. So for the eyes, I said 6 millimeters. That would be these. You can use these if you want, and these are the tiny eyes. These are the itty bitty tiny ones. So we can use these. You can use these, or you can use these, which I believe are the 9 millimeters. They're way bigger, but I got these off of Amazon, and these are, they have colors in them. So there's clear, there's blue, green, brown, or yeah, brown and gold. So, and I've got I believe I've got 2 different sizes here. I'm not sure, but I'll put the link down so you can check it out. You can use whatever eyes you want. And then I just ordered some backs. Just plain backs to go with everything. So I haven't really decided what eyes I'm going to use. I don't know if I'm going to use these or if I'm going to use the ones with color. Not sure yet. But before we do any of that, I'm going to go ahead and get started on our legs and our body. So of course, you get your yarn. You're going to need your polyester fiber, which is your filler, your filling for the body. It's just stuffing. You can use any kind of stuffing you want. I use this stuffing. It is the craft stuffing, the fiber fill. So you can use that. You can get something better if you want or not. It really doesn't matter. It's going to be inside. You just want it to be soft. And then our crochet hook is a size E. And our yarn is very, very thin. A lot thinner than I thought it was. So I'm gonna say this will probably be enough, but my Mimi, this new Mimi, will probably come out a lot smaller because of how thin the yarn is. Just keep that in mind, that if you take this pattern and do it in with a thicker yarn, it is going to come out so much bigger. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to start with our legs, our feet actually. So for our feet, we're going to chain 2. So 1 and 2 to crochet over my tail. So I'm going to start with, oh no, okay. I'm going to start with 1, and I'm going to try to put this behind here. This is a little difficult because the yarn is so thin. Okay, hold on. There we go. There we go. I just need to get 1. There we go. Okay, so that's 2. There we go. And then 3. And then 4. And 5. And 6. Okay. There we go. And here is where we want to use a stitch marker. And I have an old little stitch marker right here. I'm just going to take it and pull it through the last stitch I made. Oh my gosh. There we go. Okay. Now for round 2, I'm going to put 2 single crochets into each stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm starting here. And again, I want to crochet over my little tail. Okay, here we go. So that's 1. And that's 2. And this is 3 and 4. Five and 6, and then 7, 8, and this is 9 and 10 And then this last one, which is 11 and 12. Okay. There we go. And I'm just going to tug on that a little bit. All right, now it gets easier once I go around, so that's good. Okay, so now for round 3, it's going to be 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And then 2 single crochet in the stitch after that, and then we're going to repeat. So it's 1 and then 2 in this stitch. So just trying to get that tail to lay down. And then you just repeat it all the way around. Okay, and now that I've finished that, don't forget when you end, you want to pull up with your stitch marker. I am already liking the way that this is coming out. It's looking really, really nice. So now we're going to move ahead to round 4. And round 4 is we single crochet in the next 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so now that we've done 6, we're going to go ahead and do 3 decreases. So it's just going to be 1 decrease, then we're going to do another decrease, and then the 3rd decrease, just like that. So you're taking away 3 stitches, and then you're just going to single crochet in the next 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5, and last one 6. Okay, and then we don't want to forget to bring up our stitch marker here. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and then go to round 5. Round 5, we're going to single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to do 1 single crochet decrease. So 1 single crochet decrease. And then we're going to do 1 single crochet right here, just like that. And then another single crochet decrease. So 1, 2, and there we go. And now we're going to single crochet in the next 5. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay. 3. This is 4 and 5. And then we don't want to forget, we're going to pull up our stitch marker. Okay. Now we're going to move to round 6. And round 6 is we're going to single crochet in the next 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to decrease 3 together. So we're going to go in, pull up a stitch, go into the next stitch, pull up a stitch, and then go into the third stitch and pull up a stitch, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all of that. Now we're going to single crochet in the next 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one is 5. Go. And then we're going to make sure we pull up our stitch marker. There we go. Now, so this right here, this itty bitty little thing is our foot. This is a tiny little foot. Now, since the ankle gets it gets small and it's very hard to stuff, so this would be a great time to go ahead. It's on my finger. And take a little bit of stuffing, not a lot. You don't need a lot. This is pretty much enough. And then you just want to take and you want to stuff this. Not too much, but just enough. So go in and we're going to stuff this. I'm going to use, I don't like using it. What I like to use is a pencil, the end of a pencil. It's really great for stuffing. There we go. And you make sure that you don't want to stuff it too much, because when you go to crochet, your hook will catch that stuffing and it's very annoying. Okay, so now we're going to continue on to round 7. In round 7, we're going to single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, okay, this is 3, and this is 4 and 5. And now we're going to put 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So 1 and 2. And now we're going to single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and this is 4. And then we're going to put 2 single crochets in the very last stitch. Okay, there we go. 1 and 2. And then we want to make sure we pull up our stitch marker. Okay, now we're going to move on to round 8. Round 8, we're going to single crochet in the next 4. Come on. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So 1 and 2. And then we single crochet in the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we want to put 2 single crochet in the next stitch. 1 and 2. And then we just single crochet the very last stitch. 1. There we go. And then make sure we pull up our stitch marker. There we go. Okay. And so now we have our tiny little foot. Now, next is we're just going to go ahead and we're going to, for rounds 9 to 26, we're just going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch. That's it. I went ahead and I finished, and I did my 9 to 26, and this is what it should look like. Now, from here, you want to cut, and you want to finish off this one so it doesn't come apart. Push that down. There we go. Okay, and so here's our tiny, tiny little leg. It actually came out a lot smaller than I thought it would, because I didn't realize how thin the yarn was, but I do like it, and it looks really, really pretty. Okay, so I'm going to put this to the side because we're going to need to make another one. Now, you can pause the video and rewind it back to when I began the first one. I'm going to make my second leg off camera. Now, we will not be cutting off the yarn on the second leg. We're going to leave it attached. And then once I finish my second leg and I come back, I'll show you what you need to do next. Okay, so I went ahead and I finished both my little legs, and they kind of look weird now, but I've got both my little legs, and I went ahead and stuffed them, but I didn't stuff all the way to the top because I don't want my crochet hook to catch any of the stuffing. So now what we're going to do is, you should have 15 stitches on each side. I'm going to make sure they're right. Okay, so just kind of point the toes outward just a tiny bit though. So kind of like that, and you want to hold them still. This might be, this might be the most difficult part of this. Okay, so now that I have them, then I want to just, I need to get in the middle here. So I am going to undo a few stitches there so I can get in the middle, just like this. Okay. And I'm just going to slip stitch one and go into the next one and slip stitch. Just like, come on. There we go. Okay, now from there, I want to make sure I have 28 stitches. So this is one, right? Yeah, that's one. And this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 9, 10. This is 11. And we come across 11. And this is 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. This is 18. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24, 25, and 26, 27, and the very last one, this is 28. Actually, no. 27, right here, 27 and 28. Okay, so however many stitches you have up here, you should have 15 on each side. But if for some reason you do not, and you do not have the stitches that you need, you can easily just add stitches. You can double up on stitches to make it 28. You have to have 28 stitches at the top. So now that we finished that, we're going to do round 28. And now, oh, and also when counting, remember that this row is not a row. It's not a round. So when you're counting, you want to skip one round because this round does not count. It was just to add the legs to the body. Now, we're going to single crochet in the next 6 stitches. So, 1, 2, 3, I forgot to put a stitch marker. 4, hold on, 4, 5, and this is 6, right? Yeah, right here. So I'm going to go ahead and count back so I can put my stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right here. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Okay, I forgot to put in my stitch marker. You guys use a stitch marker so you can mark your spot. There we go. All right, got my stitch marker in. I've done my 6. Now I'm going to put 2 single crochet in the next stitch. 1 and 2. And now you're just going to repeat it to the end, which should give you 32 stitches. Okay, and now that I've done that, so now we're going to move on to row 29. At row 29, we're going to single crochet in the next 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 right there. Here we go. And now we're going to put 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So 1 and 2. And then we're going to repeat to the end. All right, and there is round 29. Now we're going to do round 30 to 31, which is just going to be 1 single crochet in each stitch. And you should have a total of 36 stitches. So I went ahead and I finished rounds 30 to 31. Now we're going to do rounds 32. We're going to single crochet in the next 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then we're going to put 2 single crochets in this next stitch. 1 and 2. Then we're going to repeat it. Finished round 32, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do round 33. And 33 we're going to single crochet in the next 9 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, and then 9. And then we're going to put 2 single crochets in the next stitch. So 1 and 2. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to repeat that. Okay, and now that I have finished round 33, we're going to go ahead and do rounds 34 and 38. I'm going to do mine off camera, and then when I get back, I will show you what to do next. You're just going to simply do 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so I went ahead and I finished round 34 to 38, and I also did a little bit of stuffing to make my Mimi just a little bit more sturdy while I finish up the crocheting. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do round 39. Round 39 is 1 single crochet in the next 9 stitches, and then a 1 single crochet decrease, and then we're going to repeat. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we're going to do a decrease, and then we're going to repeat. Okay, and now that I have done round 39, we're going to go ahead and we are going to do round 40 to 41, which is just 1 single crochet in each stitch. Okay, and now that I have finished round 40 and 41, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move to round 42. And round 42 is simply 1 single crochet in the next 8 stitches, then a decrease, and then repeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then it's a decrease. And then we repeat. finished round 42, we're going to go ahead and do round 43 to 44, which is just one single crochet in each stitch. And now that I've went ahead and I have done row 43 and 44, we're going to go ahead and do row 45. Row 45 is one single crochet in the next 7, and then decrease, and then a repeat. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then there's a decrease, and then a repeat. Okay, and now that we finished round 45, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do round 46 and 47, which is just going to be one single crochet in each stitch. Okay, and now that I've finished round 46 and 47, we're going to do 48. 48 is one single crochet in the next 6 stitches, and then one decrease and a repeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then a decrease, and now we repeat that to the end. Okay, now I've finished round 48. Now we're going to do row 49 and 50, which is just simply one single crochet in each stitch. Okay, so now I finished round 49 and 50. Now we're going to move on to round 51. Round 51 is simply one single crochet in the next 5 stitches, then a decrease and a repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then there's a decrease. Then you want to repeat that to the end. Okay, so now that I finished round 51, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do rounds 52 and 53, which are just simply one single crochet in each stitch. So I went ahead and I finished round 52 and 53. Now, this is going to be our last decrease round, which is round 54. And it's one single crochet in the next 4, and then it's a decrease and a repeat. That's 2, 3, and 4. And then a decrease. And then we're going to repeat that all the way to the end. Okay, and now that I've finished round 54, our last rounds are just one single crochet in each stitch, and that's around 55 to 58. Now, before I do that, I am going to go ahead, take out a little bit of stuffing here, and I am going to stuff my Mimi before I do those last rounds. So I don't want it to get too tiny at the top, and then I can't stuff it. So I'm going to do that now. Okay. And I'm just going to take some and stuff it in there. I'm going to try to make sure it's even. You don't want to overstuff it. And I want to make sure every part has stuffing. So like this down here does not. And I just use a pencil to push the stuffing down. Of course, I don't want it to be too big on one side. Okay. I do want to make sure it's even. Okay, we could use a tiny bit more stuffing up here. I don't want to stuff it all the way to the top. Again, I do not want my crochet hook to catch any of the stuffing. Okay, I think that is good for now. And I'll try to even it out a little later. There we go. That's good. Okay, so now for rounds 55 to 58, it's just gonna be one single crochet in each stitch. And once we're done, you're gonna just finish off. You're going to tie off, make a little knot to secure it, and weave in your ends. And then we'll be all done with our body. And then we'll start on our head. Okay, so now that I've finished the body, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna move to the head of our Mimi doll. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my slip knot. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Make my slip knot. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to chain 2. 1 and 2. And I am going to put 4 stitches. If I could get this in there. Okay. 4 single crochets into the second chain. So 1, that's 2, 3, and 4. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 2 single crochets into each stitch. And I'm not going to use a stitch marker just yet because it's so tiny. I feel like the stitch marker would get in the way. So I'm just going to keep count. So this is 1. And that's 2. This is 3 and 4. And this is 5 and 6. And our very last one is 7 and 8. Okay. Give that a little tug. Now, I'm going to use a stitch marker here. Okay. Now, for round 3, we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochet in the stitch after that. So we're going to start right here, and this is 1, and then right here we're going to put 2. 1 and 2. Then 1, and then 1 and 2. Then 1, and then 1 and 2. And then 1 and 1 and 2. And now I'm going to pull up my stitch marker. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to do round 4. Round 4 is 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2, and then 2 single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, so that's 1 and 1, and then 2. And 1 and 1, and then 2. 1, 2. And then 1 and 1, and then 2. 1 and 2. And now I'm going to pull up my stitch marker here. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to row 5. Row 5 is 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and then 2 single crochet in the stitch after that. 1, okay, 1 and 2. And now we just repeat. So 1, 2, and 3, and then 1 and 2. And then 1, 2, and 3. And then 1 and 2. 1, 2, and 3. And then, let's pull it down out of the way. 1 and 2. And now we're going to pull up our stitch marker. Okay, and now we're moving on to round 6. Round 6, we're going to single crochet in the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then it's 2 single crochet in the stitch after that. So 1 and 2. And now we're going to repeat that. All right. And now that we're done with round 6, we're going to go ahead and we're going to move to round 7. Round 7, we're going to single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 2 single crochets in the stitch after that. So 1 and 2. Okay, and then we're just going to repeat that. Okay, and now that we've finished round 7, we're going to go ahead and do round 8. Round 8 is 1 single crochet in the next 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then 2 single crochet in the stitch after that. So 1 and 2. And then we're just going to repeat that. Okay, and now that I've finished round 8, we're going to move on to round 9. Round 9 is 1 single crochet in the next 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then it's 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So this is 1 and 2. And then you're going to go ahead and repeat that all the way to the end. Okay, and now that I finished round 9, we're going to go ahead and move to round 10. Round 10 is 1 single crochet in the next 8 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then 2 single crochet in the stitch after that. And then we're just going to repeat that to the end. Okay, so now that I have finished round 10, we're going to go ahead and we are going to do rounds 11 through 20. Now, you should have 40 stitches, and you're just going to do 1 single crochet all the way around, and that's from rounds 11 to 20. And I finished rounds 11 through 20, and now we're going to go ahead and we are going to do our eyes. Now we want to put our eyes, we want to put 2 of our eyes between round 17 and 18. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So right here, oh no, I almost lost it. Okay, so right here, and then we want to put them about 10 stitches apart from each other. So if I just look, and this looks really cute. Okay, so if I just look here, I'm gonna put that down. I can see my stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So right about there is where I want to put, right here. And then I'm going to do a third eye, which is going to go right in between in the middle. So right here. Yes. Oh, that is so cute. I like that. Okay, and now I'm just going to secure them all by just pushing down on the back. Oh, Jesus. You have to make sure you put these in the right spot, because if you make a mistake, getting these off are seriously hard. Actually, getting them on is seriously hard too. Let me go ahead and start the backs on the other one so they don't fall out. Okay. This is proving to be very hard. Let's see, maybe if I do it this way. Ah, there we go. So like this. Ah, there we go. Seems to work better if I turn it around. Okay. And then, uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh no. Keeps slipping. Ugh. Ah, there we go. All right. And that is the cutest little thing in the world. Oh, I'm really, really liking this. It's my three-eyed little monster. Okay. Okay, so now that I have finished my eyes, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do round 21, which is 1 single crochet in the next 8 and then a decrease and a repeat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6, 7, and 8. And then we're going to do a single crochet decrease, and then we're just going to repeat that to the end. Okay, now that I am done with round 21, we're going to move on to round 22. 21 is 1 single crochet in the next 7, then 1 single crochet decrease and a repeat. So that's 2. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then there's a decrease. And then we repeat that to the end. Okay, now that I am done with round 22, we're going to move on to round 23. Round 23 is 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches and then a decrease and a repeat. So that was 2. This is 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then there's a decrease, and then we repeat that to the end. Okay, and now that we're done with round 23, we're going to go ahead and move to round 24. Round 24 is 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches, a single crochet decrease, and a repeat. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then 1 and 2. And then we repeat that to the end. Okay. And And now that we're finished with round 24, we're going to move on to round 25, which is 1 single crochet in the next 4. Then you do a decrease and a repeat. So that's 1. This is 2, 3, and 4. Then we do our decrease, and then we repeat to the end. Okay, so now that we're finished with round 25, we're going to stuff this head, and we're going to leave a long tail for sewing, so you can sew the head onto the body. So I'm going to go ahead and finish it off just like this. There we go. And I can pull this out now. We don't need that anymore. Now, what I need to do now is grab some stuffing. Maybe not this much. And then I need to stuff the head. There. Uh-oh. Fix that. There we go. And there is our stuffed head. And now we're going to come down here. We're going to get our yarn needle. We're going to grab our long tail and put it through our yarn needle here. And we're going to go ahead and sew on our head. And we want to make sure that our head is the same way as our feet. I'll move that out of the way. Okay. So right there. Okay, so I'm going to match up stitch for stitch. Uh-oh. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to do the in and out stitch, going through the top and the bottom of the stitches. And once I'm done putting the stitches together, I will stuff with more stuffing to try to give it a stiff neck. Okay, so I have finished the body and the head, and I think it looks beautiful. I do kind of wish that the yarn was maybe a bit thicker, but I am still loving this, and it is really, really cute. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside. And now we are going to start on our arms. I'm going to go ahead and make the stitch marker. Okay. And now we are going to chain 2. So 1 and 2. And in the second chain, we're going to put 4 single crochets. So 1, this is 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to put 2 single crochets in each stitch. This is going to be hard because it is so tiny. Okay, oh, there we go. So that's 1, 2, and this is 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and then the last one, if I can get it in there, is 7 and 8. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to do 1 single crochet in the next stitch and 2 single crochet in the stitch after that, which is going to give us a total of 12. So right here, that's 1, and then this would be, hold up. Okay, that was 1. This one right here is 2 and 3. And then we have 4. And then 5. And this is 6 in the same stitch. And then that's 7. And then we have 8. That's 8. And 9. And then we have, this is 10. And then our last one is 11. And 12. There we go. And now we want to do round 4, which is 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then 2 single crochet in a stitch after that for a total of 18. So 1, 2, and then this is 3 and 4, and then it's 5 and 6. Then we have 7 and 8, and this one is 9 and 10, and this one is 11 and 12, and then 13 and 14, and this is 15 and 16, and then we have 17 and 18. Okay, there we go. There are our 18 stitches. Now, this is going to be round 5 where we're going to do a decrease. So this one, I'm going to use a stitch marker. There we go. Here's our stitch marker. And it's just 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches and then a decrease. So 1 and 2 and then decrease. Okay, and then 1 and 2. That's 2, and then a decrease. And then 1 and 2, and then we do a decrease. And then 1 and 2, and then a decrease. And then, yeah, and then 1, and 2. Okay. And I pull up my stitch marker, and then here is our last decrease, which is going to be 1 single crochet and then a decrease. So 1, then we decrease. And then 1, and then a decrease. And 1. Oh my gosh, I can't get it to stop rolling up. And then and a decrease. And then 1, then 1, 2 is a decrease. And 1, and then 1 and 2 and a decrease. Okay, oops. There we go. Pull that up. And now we're going to do some increases. We're going to do round 9. Round 9 is 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochet in the stitch after that. 1 and 2. And then you just want to repeat for a total of 12 stitches. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're just going to do rounds 10 through 35, which is just simply 1 single crochet all the way around. And you're also going to do one more because we have 2 arms, so we're going to make 2 arms. And then once we're done with the arms and we get back, we'll go ahead and I'll show you how to make the horns for the top of her head, and then she'll be all done. And I finished the arms, as you can see. Now we're going to set one arm aside. I've already put my yarn into my yarn needle, and I'm going to sew on the arm. Now I'm just going to even it out here. Just pick a good spot right below the neck, what I think is a good spot, and I'm going to go ahead and do stitch for stitch here and just weave it in and out. so we are done with our arms. Now, normally I would be done with my Mimi, but this Mimi is a special Mimi. Since this Mimi has 3 eyes, we're gonna give this Mimi 3 horns right here at the top of her tiny little head. Okay, so we're going to start making our horns, and I wanted to make the horns slightly different from the body so they would stick out. So what I'm doing is I'm taking the same yarn I used for the body of Mimi, and I'm using a little ZZ Twist white just to make it stand out just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and make my slip knot, and I'm doing them together. Okay, and now we're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to join the chain. Go. And then we're going to put 5 single crochets into the ring. So 1, this is 2, 3, okay, hold on. This is 4, and this is 5. Okay, now we're going to put 2 single crochets in this next stitch and 1 single crochet in the next 4. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, nope. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're starting here. And right now, there we go. And this is, if I can get the hook through, that's 1. And then one more time, that is 2. And then we're putting 1 single crochet in the next 4. So 1, 2, 3, and then this last one is 4. There we go. And now I would suggest using a stitch marker, but it seems like I may have lost my stitch marker. And now I need another stitch marker. So I'm just going to cut off some old scrap yarn, and then I'm just going to use it as my stitch marker. Okay, so now we're going to do round 3. Round 3 is 1 single crochet. Yep, that's right. 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochets in the next stitch after that. So 1, I lost it. Oh no. Okay, hold on. So it was 1. So now it's 2 in this next stitch. So 1 and 2. And then 1 single crochet in the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, And this one was 4. I think I did that right. Let's see. 1, 1, 2. Okay. And now for round 4 is 1 single crochet. Hold on, let's just, okay, so now I'm gonna pull up my stitch marker, which is something I did not do. Okay, pull up my stitch marker. There we go. Okay, so now for round, was it round 4? Hold, give me 1 minute. So, there we go. Yay. Okay. So how many rounds do I have here? Let's see. 1, 2, and 3. It's only 3 rounds. Okay. So now we're going to move on to round 4. And round 4 is 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And then 2 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So 1 and 2. And then 1, oh, there we go, 1 and 2. And then it's 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1, let's try not to lose our yarn. That's 1 and 2. And then 1 single crochet decrease. Okay. And now we're gonna go ahead and go to round 5. Round 5 is 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So I want to bring up my stitch marker. That counts as 1, the start of round 5. So 1, and then 1 single crochet in the next stitch, and then 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So 1 and 2. And then there's 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So 1, that's 2, this is 3, 4, and and 5. Okay, so now that we've done round 5, we're going to go ahead and do round 6. And we're going to put 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So, there we go. That's 1, and I'm going to bring up my stitch marker. I think that's right. There we go. 1, and this is 2, and this is 3. And then we're going to put 2 single crochets in the next 2 stitches. So 1, 1 and 2. Then in the next one, 1 and 2. And then okay, wait a minute now. There we go. Okay, there we go. I think that's, hold on, let's just, give me a minute. I need to make sure. Okay, there we go. That's 2. Okay, so next we're going to put 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. It's a simple single crochet decrease. 1 and 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull up that stitch marker. Wait, how did I get to, oh, there it is. It's white. Ah, tricked me. Okay. And round 6, that looks pretty good actually. So if I bring over, I don't want the horns to be too big, but that looks like that would be perfect. 1, 2, and 3. So all you have to do is repeat that 2 more times so you can make 2 more tiny little horns, and then I'll show you how to sew them onto the top of the head. Okay, and now that I have finished up my horns, and as you can see, here is my tiny, tiny little horn. Now, we're just going to take our yarn needle, and I've already threaded our yarn, and you're just gonna pick a spot where you want the horns. I think I don't know, we could do it like that. There. Yeah, just like that. And then you're just going to go in and out like that. And then so it doesn't show, you want to go in like this and straight in through the stitches. And then, yeah, and then right into here. Here we go. Right up under the stitches that were already there. There we go. There we go. And then, pull it back up some. Looks like I got it tangled. There we go. Okay. There we go. Just like this. Right. And we can flip her over now, right? Right before we get ready to finish this, we're going to need to put just a tiny bit of stuffing into the horn as to keep it, that is not what I meant to do, to keep it from squishing in. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to take, here we go, just a little bit of stuffing. You don't need a lot. And you just want to stuff it. And then I want to make sure, I don't know, this might be just a little bit too much, then maybe not, I'm not sure. I don't want it, yeah, that's too much. I don't want it stuffing. Okay, there we go. I don't want the stuffing coming out the sides of the horn. Okay, there we go. Then we just go on and keep sewing this on to our dowel. Yeah, that's good. Oh, get rid of that. Is just one of our little horns. So I'm gonna put, of course, I'm gonna put one here, and I'm gonna put one right over here, and then I'm going to be all finished. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna finish this up off camera. And once I am all done, I will show you the ending results of our Fuchsia mini.